A lot of people think that in business, you need to be a lion to be successful. You need to attack the market. You need to get after it. You need to find that next trend. You need to make a kill. People want to make a killing, just like a lion wants to kill a deer or a buffalo. People want to make a killing in business. And that's understandable, right? Because we're completely surrounded by these stories of Uber and Facebook and Airbnb and companies that have exploded and become multi-billion-dollar revenue companies. So naturally, when people think of business and entrepreneurship, they think, I want to do that. I want to be that unicorn. I want to be that lion who makes a killing in the business world. What I've learned over half a decade in entrepreneurship is that being a lion is actually a very, very dangerous place to be. If you think about it in the wild, a lion's average lifespan is about 8 to 10 years. They have a life where they're hunting, they're finding prey, they're predators in the jungle or whatever that may be. And they have a constant fast-paced life, they're looking for the next kill. And then eventually at some point they get injured and they die between 8 to 10 years on average. What I strive to be in business instead of a lion is a tortoise. Tortoise in the wild, they're kind of chilling, they're eating grass, they're moving slowly, they're enjoying the sun, they might go for a swim. If any danger comes, they kind of get into their shell so people can't, get at them, or animals can't get at them. And they can live for up to 150 years. So 8 to 10 years compared to 150 years. So that's why I would prefer to be a tortoise in business and in entrepreneurship, is because I see this as a very, very long-term play. I want to be in the world of entrepreneurship for the rest of my life. I don't just want to have a quick flash in the pan, right? So this is exactly why I follow the tortoise methodology of doing business. There's an old saying in the investment world that says it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And this is exactly what I've found over the years in business. The longer that I've been in business, first 6 months, first year, scrappy, right? Looking for new clients. I'm kind of in that lion mode, lion mentality. But I discovered that that is not sustainable long-term. To be long-term sustainable in business, you need to add value to the market. You need to build relationships, and you need to nurture those relationships. You need to build your network and grow from there. If you want to steadily grow and make your business something that is sustainable long-term for the rest of your life, you can be an entrepreneur and you can reap the rewards of freedom that come with entrepreneurship. And that's exactly how I'm viewing entrepreneurship these days, is as a tool for freedom, a tool to be able to do what I want with my days. Yes, I have a business, but yes, I also have systems, people in place, and I can orchestrate that business in the way that I want, and I can afford to take things a little bit more slowly. So going back to that saying, timing the market versus time in the market, if you're like a lion in business, you're looking to get into the market, find a trend, capitalize it, and make an absolute killing as quickly as possible, right? Most people that I see who follow this strategy, and I've seen a lot of them over my time, have had this innovative idea, usually related to some kind of technology, and they have failed. That is the reality. For every Uber, for every Airbnb, for every Facebook, there are a million companies that you never hear of that just fail. And for me, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested with the headache that comes with following that strategy and the extremely low percentage chance of me actually making it successful, because I know that there are countless proven business models out there that work, and that when people just consistently deploy them for many, many years, they can make an amazing life for themselves. They can earn in the top 0.1% of earnings still. They can have all the freedom that comes with having entrepreneurship. So that's what entrepreneurship is to me, and that's exactly the path I want to follow in entrepreneurship. So by having spent time in the market instead, I'm in a situation now where 2, 3, 5, 7 years into the business, where I've been literally having every single week people reaching out to me and saying, hey Cameron, just reaching out, Lizzie sent me your way because I've had a conversation with her and I want to do business with you based on her experience. Or James sent me your way after I saw his referral and asked him about your service, and I would like to do business with you too. So I get people every single week just coming from word of mouth, referrals, things like that. And that is a huge, huge benefit of just having time in the market, as you start to build a reputation, You start to build word of mouth. Instead of just trying to do this flash in the pan thing that's very, very reliant on like a bit of luck, capitalizing on some trends, you just have a solid business that provides value to the market, that people reap value from, they trust you, and then they tell others about you. Like, that's a fantastic situation to be in business. Makes your life a hell of a lot easier. And I think it's about questioning, why are you getting into business? Are you getting into business to be the next Elon Musk, to be the next Steve Jobs? If so, great. Probably don't watch this channel, because this is not my philosophy on business. It's not what I'm trying to do. If you're getting into business as a tool for freedom, as a tool for entrepreneurship, then find something boring. Like, our business is pretty boring. Lead generation. A lot of companies need leads, and they find it hard to get leads. We can find them leads consistently, month in, month out. And if they're generating an ROI on those leads, there's no reason for them to stop doing business with us. It's a pretty boring business, but it works, and it's generated millions of dollars. It's given me a lot of freedom. And that's what I'm looking for from business. So that's why I would prefer to be a tortoise, take my time, nurture things, let it be, let things gradually progress over time and have a longevity in entrepreneurship, than try and be some flash in the pan trend capitalizer. Another benefit of having the tortoise mentality in business is in your sales interactions. So now when I have sales interactions, like, again, first few months of my business, I was very much a lion in my sales process. I was very much like, I kind of needed the business. I was like, would you like to do business? Let's get it going. Let's get it rolling. Let's do this. If they weren't ready, I'd kind of push them a little bit and say, come on, you want to do this, right? Now, if someone doesn't want to do it, or they're not even like 1% ready to do it, that's all good, because I understand and I realize that business is a long game. And I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation with somebody. I've said, hey, if it's a bit, great, we can get this rolling, we can get this cracking today. If not, then life is long, business is long. I understand that this may not be the time, but in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, 3 years time, if you feel that you're ready, let's have another chat then, and we can get things rolling at that point in time. It's all good. There's no pressure. And that has happened so many times to me, where somebody has had a good interaction with me. I've added value. I've built some trust. I've built some rapport. They weren't quite ready to do business, but then they came back to me weeks or months later, because I didn't leave a bad taste in their mouth. I didn't try to pressure them. I had the tortoise mentality going and realized that this is a marathon, not a sprint, instead of that lion, hunter, killer instinct mentality where I was just trying to close them there and then. And that created huge levels of trust that enabled me to eventually do business with them. Another huge benefit of having the tortoise mentality in business is that I have been immune to shiny objects. We've literally been doing the same thing week in, week out, month in, month out for the last few years. I haven't hopped onto different shiny objects. I've seen so many people in my time hopping onto these little shiny objects, little new platforms, things like that. Like, there was a platform called Clubhouse a couple of years ago that loads of my clients were like, I'm putting everything into Clubhouse. Clubhouse is the way forward. I haven't heard of that app in like 2 years. I don't know if it's still going or not, but I certainly haven't heard about anyone doing business on that app anytime recently. But people were like shifting their entire business model onto this new shiny object. And I see this all the time, with products, with services. There are like this subset of the population who are really susceptible to jumping onto trends like drop shipping and trading and things like that. They're all shiny objects. If you want to actually have longevity in entrepreneurship and business, find a boring service that adds value to people and just consistently deploy it for a long period of time. Business is a marathon, not a sprint. Your life is a marathon, not a sprint. There's no need to try and make a killing within 6 weeks. And I've seen this like in so many areas of life. In investing, I've seen this. When I first got into investing, for example, I would try and invest into individual stocks that I thought would explode in value. Now I just invest into broad spectrum, either blue chip or broad spectrum index funds, where I can take my time with my investments and realize that it's a long 5, 10, 15, 20-year play to get a return from that. I'm not looking to trade or to invest on pure speculation. And that's what a lot of people do with their business. They do business on speculation. They think something's going to happen. They think some trend's going to happen. So they bet the farm on this one thing, and 9 times out of 10, it ends up falling flat on its face. It's very high risk. Yes, it could be high reward, but for me, business is high reward as it is. If you own a business that's generating 50, 100 grand profit per month, that's pretty high reward. You can live pretty well in today's day and age making that kind of income. So I don't need to expose myself to some huge level of risk and completely switch to a different strategy when I've got a strategy that's just working well, fits my lifestyle, and is delivering exactly what I want it to deliver for myself as an entrepreneur, and exactly what my clients want it to deliver for them as a service. So realizing that business is a marathon, entrepreneurship is a marathon, it's a lifelong endeavor, it's not a sprint, will really serve you well in just avoiding these shiny objects that are constantly going to tempt you to stray away from the thing that's actually working. So there we have it. That is my philosophy on why I want to be a tortoise. I want to just hobble around in my shell, eating grass, enjoying the sunshine, going for a swim every now and again. I want to be a tortoise in business and enjoy a long life full of prosperity. And I don't just want to be a lion stressed out, looking for that next kill, looking to hunt, looking to find that next buffalo that I could devour. No, that's not for me. I'm looking at the tortoise strategy in business. I'm looking at this as a long-term endeavor that supports my lifestyle. I'm building a business that supports my life, not a life that supports my business, if that makes sense. So I hope that was helpful, guys. Until next time, all the best. Take care. Hey, thank you for checking out this video. I hope you found it interesting, insightful, or inspiring in some way. If you did, then perhaps you would enjoy some of these videos too.